I thought this would be a great place for a nice little lesson here, so we'll do this little micro lesson here. Right now you can see I'm looking at a Cardano chart. This is an hourly chart, so each bar represents 1 hour. Now you can see here that clearly we've been in a downtrend, right? And so when we're looking at candles, when we're trying to understand what they're saying, we need to be watching for clues. So at this point, we already know we're trending down, right? So maybe we're looking for a place to get on short. We are certainly not looking to go long because we're in a downtrend. So we've been moving down here. You get this nice breakdown, right? That's a nice look at, we already know that the thing's leaning over and we get a nice big candle here. So that's gonna be our first clue. Now, the interesting thing here is on this next candle here, this is a huge topping tail, right? So if remember from candles right here, this is our open and this is our high. So at some point, this was a big green candle, which was engulfing everything over here to the right of us. But by the end of this bar, by the end of this hour, it had come all the way back down and closed lower. So now they've tipped their hand. We know we're in a downtrend. We've got this thing, it tried to go up and it got slammed down here on high volume. So that is our clue. So obviously we didn't get in there. If we had gotten in here, then we would have got stopped out on this run up here. But now we're looking to go short. So we're just ready to pounce. We're waiting. We're not getting in yet, but we're watching. So the very next bar, we get this nice little bitty bar that didn't go anywhere. It didn't, we talk about penetrations here, and we always put a mark here about the 50% of a move. So if the next bar were to come up here and break 50% of this bar, that puts it in question. But this one didn't. Look, it barely moved at all. So now we're looking to go short. And of course, as soon as we break below that, that is our entry. And so you can see it moved on down here, boom. Got a big bar here, several bars down. Let's look at the retracement, put a mark up here about halfway. It came up to about halfway and just kind of stayed below that halfway point. So we keep looking and we can put our entry down here below these bars here, and boom, you get it on that one. It goes down again. Now this starts to get sloppy. So we're obviously going to be watching and protecting ourselves, right? So, but we are in a downtrend. So this thing gets in there, we get another breakdown here, but the next bar goes and it puts it in doubt, right? Because we've got our mark halfway here, it comes down here, breaks that halfway point, and goes right back up to the top of this consolidation here. So now we are standing on the side. We are not interested in getting involved. We go right back up to this previous pivot here, 3 bars, and we're gonna wait and see. It's looking like it's setting in a higher low, right? So is a possibility for a trend change, but remember, overall, we've still been in a downtrend. This is putting it in question, but once we see that we go up, we get a pullback. It cannot break the previous high, so that tells us it's still weak, and it rolls over again. Now personally, for my plan, I would not take this entry going, even though I know that we're in a downtrend. I would want to wait and look for a better entry. So this thing breaks down, puts in 50%, puts in a 50% retracement. Now it looks like it's weak to me. Actually, just so I don't cheat, let's put this over here so we can do this candle by candle, right? So we're in a downtrend, we've come up, we could not put in the higher high, so it's broken back down, broke that low there, so now I'm looking for an entry. The next candle I get is that one. So I'm still not entering, but I'm interested, I'm watching and I'm waiting. The next bar, boom, that's my entry. So I would take it below here, anticipating that it's going to break these lows. So here's the question, why am I anticipating that it's going to break those lows? First of all, because I'm in a downtrend. And second of all, this retracement here was below 50%. So when I get my entry's not way up here where I have to fight through all of this. I'm down here at the bottom, so I expect it's going to carry me lower. And of course, that's exactly what it does. Moves on down. Boom, boom. Nice trade down here to the bottom. We're still in a downtrend. Let's look at the retracement. So from here to here, we come up about halfway. Did we stay below the 50%? We did. You could have taken this. This would have been fairly aggressive entry here. If you were to say I'm retracing, there's my 50% mark, still below it, okay. Boom, you would get an entry there. Depending on where you set your stop, if you put it above the previous candle of the one that got you in, you are still in, and it would go down. It would have taken you out on this bump up here. But now, we're getting sloppy. So we get a big aggressive candle here, right? If you take this entry, then this, obviously, this big green candle here is gonna freak you out because on that 50% move, it breaks above that 50%. So that's just sloppy. I'm not personally interested in getting involved in anything like this. But as you can see, that candle got basically negated over the next 3 hours. We came in, what kind of a retracement we put on? None at all, right? We didn't get any kind of a retracement. Boom, it went down again. Nice bottoming tail. We're clearly in a downtrend here. Short, mild retracement. We only went up here. Here's another good entry. So you would go, if I break below this bar, I'm interested. This bar does not break below that, but I'm watching it. This is an even better entry because now I'm at these lows. If it breaks below this candle here, I'm interested. Boom, it does. Takes you on down, and it takes you down to the 40% area, which I had called a few days ago. That hey, if we break down this 40% area, 40 cent area is the support level, and of course it came down and did that. Now let's look at the retracement here since it hit those lows during the middle of the night. So we started here, came here, 50% here. We have almost completely retraced that. So I am not looking short right now. Obviously, we're still in a downtrend, so it could come and break those lows again or retest them. But we are long-term bullish on this. But right now, you can't fight the downtrend. So we are in a downtrend. That's just a quick little lesson I thought I would throw out there because the volatility that is in the market, this makes a great example. We'll see you next time here on The Grasp.